Good afternoon. Welcome to Trinity Christian College and today's matchup between the home Trolls and the visiting Grace Christian College Tigers. An NCCAA matchup. Terry Bonadonna with you to bring it to you for the next 40 minutes. And the Trolls looking to get back on track here against a Grace team that they were able to narrowly defeat 1 year ago. We just met the starters on the floor. Let's take one last look at them for the home team, Trinity Christian. John Sizon, Dustin Hudak, Michael Wright, Troy Glover, and Jaden Bridgman. It's Troy Glover at midcourt winning the tip as the Trolls, wearing their home whites, take their first possession going from left to right here. Grace in navy blue will be going from right to left in the first half. Their starters include J.D. Rawls, Kellum Bridgeforth, Banky Somare, Ty Thiel, and Parker New as they come up with a steal on their first possession. Rawls all the way to the basket with a layup. So J.D. Rawls gets the scoring started today. 2-0 Tigers right off the bat. And an offensive miscue for Trinity Christian to start proceedings today. For the Trolls, it's not been the offense that has been a problem during their current losing streak. Generally, it's been the defense as a foul is called on Parker New. It'll stay with Trinity. Shot clock resets to 20. First foul of the game. A lob on the inbound. Caught underneath the basket by Jaden Bridgman, but he's turned away. Here come the Tigers once again. Rawls pull up from the baseline. Knocks down the jumper. J.D. Rawls has the first four for the Tigers. And a quick timeout called by Jason Hawkins, who's not too terribly thrilled with the way this game has started. 4-0, Grace on top, 53 seconds in. Grace Christian comes into today's game with a record of 7-6 overall. Trinity Christian won its first 3 games of the season on a 5-game losing streak since then. And they've allowed 90 or more points in 4 of those 5 games. That's what I was saying a moment ago about the defense being an issue. And not off to a great start today as they've already surrendered 4 points. But, of course, we are just underway. So plenty of opportunities to come for the Trolls to get back on track. Dustin Hudak, the junior point guard, sets things up, passes off to the right side, and Troy Glover, one of 2 freshmen in the starting lineups, lobbed inside for Glover. They were looking for the alley-oop, caught it behind the basket, and it's stripped and taken away by Grace. Here comes Kellum Bridgeforth. Bridgeforth all the way into the paint, floats it in. 3 for 3 from the field so far for Grace. Those are Bridgeforth's first 2 points. 6-0 the score, and in a quick response, Michael Wright cuts that lead in half. A big 3-pointer for Wright. Bridgeforth the other way, passes off to his right. Ty Thiel knocks it down for 3. We are off and running today. Offense aplenty to start this game off. The Tigers are 4 for 4 from the field. Trinity's only missed 1. They've turned it over a couple of times, but 1 for 2 to get things started. John Sizon passes off to his left. Dustin Hudak, right, tries another 3. This time it does not go, and the rebound belongs to Ty Thiel. J.D. Rawls slows it down for Grace. Rawls fakes the 3, now fires the 3. It's good. They do not miss. At least they haven't missed. Rawls is now 3 for 3 shooting. What a start for the Tigers, who have not missed any of their first 5. 3-pointer rims out for Dustin Hudak. 1 and done for the Trolls. Bridgeforth around a screen, makes a nice fake to his right, misses the shot, gets the rebound, or the offensive rebound anyway, belongs to Parker New, and he's blocked. First 2 misses of the game for Grace on that possession. Sizon, step back is good. A little fadeaway from about 10 feet out. And the Trolls are within 7. Here's Rawls, blocked from behind, but a foul. Three minutes in. A lot of action early in this game with the visitors on top 12-5. 6 of those 12 points belong to the man at the free throw line right now, J.D. Rawls. looking to add 2 more to his total. The first free throw is good. Tigers made their first 5 field goals. Now they get their first one from the line as Jason Hawkins goes to his bench. Vince Overway is in. Second free throw is good. Brady Larup has checked in for the first time for the Trolls today as well. That pass intended for Overway is knocked loose. Rawls on the other end. Pulls up, slows it down. Fake three-pointer from Banky Omari, kicked out to Bridgeforth, who misses from the corner. Rebound back out to Omari, who misses the layup. 2 good opportunities for Bridgeforth there. Not able to connect on either one of them. This is John Sizon passing off to the left side. Overway at the elbow, kicked outside. Michael Wright, one dribble right from just inside the free throw line, misses the jumper. Offensive rebound knocked out of the hands of Hudak. Taken away by Grace. This is Omari handing off to Bridgeforth. Nice fake from Rawls, baseline jumper, doesn't quite get the roll. Finally he misses. He had 8 points on 3 of 3 from the field and 2 of 2 from the line. Three-pointer is good, a corner 3 for Michael Wright. He's got 2 3-balls now, 6 points in the game. And the Trolls have cut into this Tigers lead a little bit after a dynamic start for Grace. It's a 6-point lead. Rawls on the right wing. Back out to Bridgeforth, shot clock under 10. J.D. Rawls along the baseline, lays it up and in. He's already in double figures. Bridgeforth challenges the inbounds pass, but they're able to get it to John Sizon. Wright picks it up, kicks it out. Sizon for 3. Rims out. Rebound goes to Omari. Three-point attempt from Ty Thiel. Hit one earlier, not this time. Offensive rebound. Second chance misses from Bridgeforth. Bridgeforth has been all over the place early in this game. Not a lot of success shooting to start things, though. Here's Sizon passing off to the right. Inside, looking for Larup, and it's poked away from him and out of bounds. Troy Glover back out there for the Trolls after a brief rest. Bridgeforth steps inside the three-point arc and misses the jumper. Bridgeforth carries it back to half court. Guarded tightly by John Sizon. Half the shot clock gone. Sizon knocks it away. It's one-on-one going to the basket. Sizon lays it up and in. Beautiful steal and the bucket for John Sizon. It is again a 6-point game. The lead has been as big as 9 for Grace. They've not trailed. Rawls for 3, trying to get it back to 9. He missed it though. And the rebound goes to Troy Glover. Sizon cuts through the defense from the baseline, misses the jumper. Rebound tapped into the hands of Michael Wright. Wright's got 8 points. Nice little put back right there. It's right against Rawls early on. So close to right against wrong. I wonder if Rawls would agree to changing the last few letters of his name. The two of them have combined for 18 of the 28 points scored in this game so far. There's Thiel cutting to the basket. Thought he got fouled. Didn't get the call as he missed the shot. Overway for 3. That's good. Vince Overway, the senior forward from Michigan, makes it a 1-point game, and this is as close as it's been since the opening seconds. Grace got off to a very hot start. They've cooled off a little bit lately, and now they turn it over as Parker New is called for the moving screen. Ryan Crombeen goes to his bench for the first time. Melvin Frazier checks in, as does Clayton Roberts. Eli Carlson is on the floor as well now for the Tigers. Lob down low for Glover, in and out of his hands, knocked out of bounds. And apparently last touched by Grace as Michael Wright comes back in after a short breather. Trolls can take their first lead of the game on this possession. They were down by 9 just a few moments ago, but they're on a 10-2 run. Sizon around the screen, works his way inside, floats it high and in. Pretty finish there for John Sizon. 4 points for him. And the Trolls do indeed capture their first lead today. Trying to take it quickly back. Rawls misses in the lane. And the rebound to the Trolls. Here's Larup, offensive foul. Lowered his shoulder into Clayton Roberts, and so Roberts takes the charge. Roberts poked away by Sizon. John Sizon one-on-one with Roberts, lays it in. Second time today that John Sizon's gotten a steal and laid it up on the other end. That's 4 of his 8 points. The lead is up to 3 for the Trolls. They're on a 14-2 run. Defensive foul called on Brady Larup. First foul, make that the second foul on Larup. He had the offensive call a few moments ago. And a change for Trinity as he has to sit down. Dustin Hudak comes back in. Ty Thiel inbounds it to Eli Carlson, and Carlson sets up the Tigers' offense. There's a drive from Roberts, and on the floor he was bumped, a foul called. That goes on John Sizon. His first. It is the 3rd on the team. Nice block by Gardner. Thiel gets it right back. Troy Glover had the initial block and knocked out of bounds the second chance. It'll still be Grace basketball, but a big-time block for Glover off of the inbounds play. Lobbed into Melvin Frazier and taken away. Carlson wanted a call that he didn't get. It's intercepted on the other side. Rawls lobs it ahead. Thiel blocked again by Glover. And Michael Wright comes away with the loose ball. Wright inside. Hudak, beautiful fake, and Hudak lays it in. 16-2 run for the Trolls. Just about 9 minutes in now. J.D. Rawls gets the play call in from Ryan Crombeen on the bench. Crombeen, a Grace alumnus in his first season as head coach here. Eli Carlson jacks up the two-pointer. No good. Fight for the rebound. Still loose. And finally grabbed by Frazier. Kept alive for Grace. Thiel thought about the long three. Elected not to take it. Instead, here's Rawls along the baseline. Rawls gets his man in the air and draws a foul. I think this will go on Wright. Troy Glover was in on it as well, but Michael Wright was the man who made the contact, his first foul. 4th on the team. 2 foul shots here for J.D. Rawls. First free throw misses. First miss from the line today for Rawls, who had made his first 2. One of 2, 11 points for Rawls. That's his first one in a while. Tigers had been on a drought. It snaps a 16-2 run, still a 16-3 run here. Saizon works his way inside, and he is pushed by Melvin Frazier. So Frazier is called for his first foul, third on the team. Inbounded down low to Glover, who's wrapped up. Ty Thiel kind of reached from behind him, gave him a little hug, trying to take the ball away. So the foul is called on Ty Thiel. And it's the fourth on the team. First foul on Thiel. Halfway through this first period, 4-point lead for the Trolls. Wright kicks it outside. Hudak for three. Got it. Dustin Hudak for three. He's got 5 points. Biggest lead so far for the Trolls now at 7. Rawls up to the 3-point line, trying to get by Hudak. Good defense, though. Rawls gives it up to Carlson. Carlson can't finish. Here come the Trolls. Saizon working his way into the paint. The follow from Glover is no good. And Grace races the other way. Roberts' reverse layup is good. Nicely done by Clayton Roberts. Timeout called by the Tigers. 24-19 our score. Fast start for Grace. They have slowed down since. And credit to Trinity Christian, because not only have they picked up their defense, they've been able to turn that defense into offense on a number of occasions as well. And in doing so, they've built up a 5-point lead. Slow start for them. They had to call a timeout less than a minute into the game. And obviously, they've turned things around a little bit since then. This is the first timeout called by Grace Christian, who is led so far by J.D. Rawls. Rawls has 12 points now. Made his first 4 shots. He's 0 of 3 from the field since then, but he's added some points from the free throw line during that stretch. Trolls have had a nice team effort. Michael Wright and John Saizon lead the way. 8 points apiece for them, Wright on a couple of three-pointers. Saizon's buckets have all been from 2-point range, but a couple of them set up by steals. New point guard in for Trinity. Zaire Miller almost threw it away, but Rawls, in the attempted steal, stepped down the sideline. So it's Miller, Saizon, Hudak, Glover, and Wright on the floor right now for Trinity. I think they're discussing the clock here, making sure it's on track. We'll get the inbounds play from the sideline with Dustin Hudak throwing in. Gets it into Miller. Junior transfer from New Hampshire Tech. Miller on the wing. Up top to Saizon. Shot clock down to 10. Drive from Hudak. Layup is good. Great drive. And Hudak's up to 7 points now. So all but 3 points have come from 3 players. A miss inside from Melvin Frazier, and on a battle for the loose ball, shared possession. The arrow faces this direction, so it'll stay with Grace. Lobbed in for Rawls. Step back, thought about the 3. He passes off to the left. This is Ty Thiel. Thiel spins his way into the lane, and Thiel is fouled on his way up. Michael Wright is called for his second foul. Wright's been very good today, so that It's a big loss for Jason Hawkins' team if Hawkins decides to go to the bench for the rest of the half. Ty Thiel misses the first free throw. Wright does indeed check out. Vince Overway is back in. Second free throw misses. So Thiel goes 0 of 2 at the line. Still a 7-point lead for the Trolls. This match is their biggest. They can add to it right now, though. Zaire Miller works his way around Roberts, but loses the ball out of bounds. There's a nice move around Clayton Roberts, but then couldn't get a grip on it to go up for the layup. A couple of starters return to the floor for Grace. Bridgeforth is back out there along with Omari. First rest of the game for Rawls. We got a double dribble. There was a little hesitation from Clayton Roberts, and that hesitation costs him possession. He's called for the double dribble. Just over 8 minutes to play in the first half. This was all Grace to start, all Trinity ever since. Hudak along the baseline, nice move, but I think Frazier got a piece of that one, and Omari's taking it the other way. Banky Omari is fouled by Zaire Miller. Tigers led 14-5 to start. Since then, Trolls have outscored them 21-5. First foul on Zaire Miller, it puts Trinity over the limit. So 1-1 here for Banky Omari. First one is good, so he gets another. First point for Omari. Wearing number 12 today for Grace. He misses the second off the front rim. 6-point game. Sizon walks towards the left sideline and passes off to Miller. Zaire Miller's pass deflected, but he tracks it down. And an open look for Sizon from the outside. 3 points for John Sizon, 11 for the game. (29-20), the Trolls have their biggest lead. Jumper is good for Banky Omari. Nice touch from him. 3 points for Omari now. Trying to prevent the Trolls from pulling away. That's a big bucket. Foul a long way from the basket. Called against Grace. And Cole Powell, number 3, is getting called for this one. First on Powell. Jaden Bridgman, the freshman from Oklahoma, back on the floor for Trinity. Jared Oates is out there as well. Into the corner, 3-point attempt. Overway hits off the corner of the backboard. Taken the other way, but intercepted by John Sizon. All the way to the rim, Sizon's layup, got it. Reverse layup off the steal, third time today. He's turned a steal into a layup, and that one the most impressive yet. Turnaround no good for Powell. The lead is 9 for the Trolls. They can add to it. Sizon streaks to the rim, misses off the glass, offensive rebound, and there's Bridgman with the second chance. Trolls have created some separation here, an 11-point lead. Omari for 3, rims out. Would have been a big one for Grace. Instead, a chance for Trinity to add to their lead. Down low, Bridgman spins on Frazier. Good positioning from Frazier. Bridgman can't finish. Here's Bridgeforth crossing over. Bridgeforth pull-up jumper misses. Rebound goes to Jared Oates and the Trolls. And John Sizon slows it down a little bit. Overway gives it up. Sizon, nice fake. Works his way into the paint. Up with the right hand. Gets the roll off the front iron. Timeout called. Grace Christian. 15 points for the sophomore point guard from Lake Zurich, Illinois. John Cizon leads the way to a 13-point Trinity Christian lead. What a performance from him lately, and it's all started on defense. 3 of his buckets have come off of his own steals. He's turned it into layups on the other end. Cizon now 7 of 11 from the field for those 15 points. J.D. Rawls got off to a hot start for Grace, but he has not been able to answer this run that Trinity's gone on. He's been quiet for a while, on the bench the last couple of minutes, but even prior to that, he had slowed down his scoring rate as well. As of right now, the Tigers shooting just 29% from the field, 8 of 28. Remember, they made their first 5 shots. So since then, they've gone 3 for 23 shooting. And that's the recipe to a 13-point deficit, especially when the other team's shooting the ball so efficiently. Trolls are not only 56% overall, they're 56% on three-pointers as well. Trap off the timeout, but Grace is able to get it in. They brought Zach York in off the bench. 3-point attempt, Parker New, and they desperately needed that one. A huge bucket for Grace. Apparently a 2-pointer for Parker New. Still a big basket. Hudak passes off to Oates. Overway at the top of the key. Overway drives all the way to the rim and scores. Blew right past Cole Powell. Nicely done by Overway, who's got 5 points now. New bounces to Omari. Omari, tough shot, can't finish. And a loose ball foul called on Grace. They're 6th, so they've hit their foul limit for the half. Troy Glover back in for Trinity. Four out of the 5 starters are on the floor for the Trolls. Hudak gives it to Overway. Overway trying to drive around Zach York. He does, but he's blocked by Bankis Omari. Quickly the other way. It's Thiel giving it up to Omari. Omari is forced to slow it down a bit. Frazier drives, kicks. Thiel for 3. Good. Couple of long-range jumpers have gone down for Grace. 6 points now for Thiel. And the 13-point deficit is down to 10. Cizon up top. Overway finds Jaden Bridgman. Shot clock under 10 for Cizon, who is fouled by Bridgeforth. Callum Bridgeforth is called for his first. It is the team's 7th. So the game high scorer so far. John Cizon goes to the line for 1 and 1. And we'll make it 2. Hits the first shot, so he's got 16 points. One more foul shot coming up. And that one's good. So he's got 17. The lead is 12. Kellum Bridgeforth walks it up to the 3-point line. Crosses over on Hudak and passes off to the right side. Zach York is called for the travel. Just dragged that pivot foot. And the Tigers turn it over. Grace led big early. Trolls went on one good run to take over, and they have not seized control. John Cizon looks down low for Overway. Overway spins into the paint. Layup, no. Gets his own rebound. Second chance, no. And out of bounds. Tough work inside for Vince Overway, not able to finish the play. With just over 3 minutes to go in the half. Grace has the ball back. J.D. Rawls checks back in. Sire Miller returns to action for Trinity. Rawls fakes the shot, works his way inside, kicks it out to Omari. Three-pointer misses. Bridgman and Bridgeforth battle for the rebound. Knocked loose and out of bounds. Who got it last? Team in white did, so it'll stay here. Kellen Bridgeforth is the inbounder. Bounced for Thiel. Here's Frazier. Feigns left, drives right, all the way to the basket. I think Hudak got a piece of that. Here comes Trinity. Sizon, 17 points already in the game. Sets up Bridgman. Back to John Sizon for three. A little bit too strong off the back iron. Rebound to Rawls, who fires inside to Frazier. Out to Thiel. Open look. Three-pointer. No. Offensive rebound tracked down by Frazier, and he is sent to the free throw line. One and one here for Melvin Frazier. And Frazier's first shot is good, so he'll get one more. Trying to cut it back to 10 points. He does. 2 of 2 from the line. 4 points for the game now for Melvin Frazier. Hudak across half court, hounded by Bridgeforth. Passed off to the right, now down low, Bridgman. Kicks it out to Sire Miller. Miller for three. Grazes the rim. Offensive rebound, Bridgman. Inside to Troy Glover. Glover loses a handle going up, gets it back and flushes it with two. Troy Glover on the board for the first time today. Had a big defensive impact with a couple of blocks as well. Ty Thiel inside. Thiel is stripped, and the ball is taken away. Here come the Trolls. Miller bounces into Glover. Well defended and knocked away by Frazier, but he's called for the foul. And that'll be number 2 on Melvin Frazier. Check that. J.D. Rawls is the one given the foul. That's number 1 on him. Troy Glover's first foul shot is good. One more coming. Glover just scored for the first time on the last possession. Now he's done so on back-to-back trips down the floor. Jared Oates is in for Dustin Hudak. Second shot misses. Offensive rebound, Bridgman. Sire Miller slows it down. Miller kicks it outside. Back into the corner for Miller. Nice fake. Down low, Glover, another dunk. Troy Glover is heating up. 5 points now in just the last minute. Bridgeforth lays it in on the other end. Wanted a foul called as well. He gets the 2 points, makes it 44-31 with under a minute to play in the half. Oates looking for the cutting Bridgman down low, but it was deflected out of bounds. Bridgman touched it last. Grace trying to chip away at this lead a little bit before a halftime. Big possession for them. Bridgeforth down to the post and Rawls. Rawls blocked again by Glover. Here come the Trolls. Sizon to the left. Oates for three. No. short. And a loose ball foul called on Trinity. This will result in free throws on the other end. That's still just the 9th team foul, so it is still 1-1. Foul was the first on John Sison. J.D. Rawls is 3 of 4 from the free throw line today, 12 points overall. Something on the floor needs to be cleaned up. Might have been an open cut on the floor. Looks like Syer Miller is bleeding from his left leg, so they'll clean him up on the sideline. The court is clean enough. First free throw is good, and he's earned himself one more. He misses the second, but an offensive rebound. Kellen Bridgeforth kept it alive. Here's Banky Somari passing outside. 7 seconds separate the shot and game clock, so they need to get something moving. Shot clock is down to 7. Rawls, nifty dribbling, now 2 on the shot clock. Has to force one up. Off the iron, no good. 6 seconds to play in the half. Sison across half court, stripped. And that's how the first half ends. Trolls not able to get a buzzer-beating shot off at the end of the first half, but that's one of the few things that did go wrong for them throughout most of that first half. After a slow start, they dominated the last 15 minutes or so, and they lead the Tigers of Grace Christian College 44-32 heading into the break. Halftime clock will set for 15 minutes, and I'll take a break, but I will be back with you before the start of the second half to give you some stats and get you prepared for the remainder of the game. Trolls up by 12 at the intermission. Back at Trinity Christian at halftime here of the Trolls versus the Tigers of Grace Christian College. Good first half for the home team. Trinity fell behind 14-5 in the first couple of minutes and then just dominated from that point on. Led by John Cizon. I've been calling him Cizon, but I think Cizon is the correct pronunciation. 17 points on 7 of 12 shooting. It all started on the defensive end. He had 3 steals and turned those into 3 layups. Also big contributions in the first half from Michael Wright, who had 8 points. Dustin Hudak had 7. Troy Glover, 5 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 blocks in the first half for the Trolls. Grace Christian was led by J.D. Rawls and his 13 points. Ty Thiel had 7 rebounds. 2 teams dead even in rebounding at 24-24. Turnovers, 7 committed by Grace, 8 committed by Trinity, which seems even enough, except the big stat, points off of turnovers, 11 of 4 in favor of Trinity. Both teams had 24 rebounds. Grace had more offensive rebounds than Trinity had, but second chance points, 8-3 in favor of Trinity. So the Trolls have really taken advantage of their opportunities, but here to start the second half, Grace takes advantage of a steal. J.D. Rawls sets up Bankis Omari, and Omari lays it in to make it 44-34. Good start to the second half for the Tigers. And now the Trolls will take their first formal possession of this half. Hudak dribbles around, gives it up to Jaden Bridgman. Here's Wright off to Hudak on the right wing. Glover down low, Bridgman poked out of Bridgman's hand, out of bounds. Was last touched by Parker New of Grace, so it stays on this end of the floor. Lobbed in for Glover. He receives it high with the right hand, tries to score but misses. Another chance. This is Hudak, no good. And Bankis Omari comes away with the rebound this time. Kellum Bridgeforth along the baseline, stepped on the line. So the first turnover of the second half for Grace gives the ball back to Trinity. 10-point game. Full court press here from the Tigers. See how the Trolls respond. They respond by calling timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, 19:11 to play in today's festivities. 44-34, Trolls lead the Tigers. Shooting percentage from the first half I didn't mention when I was going through the halftime stats, but I probably should have because that was maybe the biggest stat of all that led to Trinity's big lead. They shot 50% from the field. Grace just 30%. The Tigers made their first 5 shots, and then the rest of the way, they went 6 for 32. So they struggled quite a bit from the field throughout most of that first half. They scored on their first possession of the second half. Turned it over the second time around, and now it's Trinity getting another opportunity, looking for their first points since intermission. Bridgman way outside, sets everybody up and dribbles off to his left. Gives it up to Hudak. Hudak down low, Jaden Bridgman. Little baby hook shot with the right hand is good. Bridgman has 4 points, and the Trolls have their first second half field goal. Callum Bridgeforth for 3, too strong. Long rebound right back out to Bridgeforth. Another chance here for the Tigers. A missed three-pointer from Parker New and a strong rebound by Jaden Bridgman. Michael Wright hounded on the outside, passes off. Bridgman to a cutting Hudak. May have found him a little bit late. Hudak tries the turnaround anyway and scores. That all works out for the Trolls. Hudak's got 9. 14-point lead is one off of a game high for Trinity. Omari inside challenges Glover. I'm not sure if Glover got a piece of that one or if he just influenced it, but the Trolls throw it away. Intercepted by J.D. Rawls, who is fouled. Cizon tried to save it from going out of bounds, and he did save it to Hudak. But he was right along the line as well, and he was not able to save it to a teammate. So off the foul, Thiel inbounds it to Parker New. New lobs it into the paint. This is Omari. Turnaround jumper is good. Benkis Omari hasn't scored a lot today, just 7 points, but his buckets all seem to come at a good time. That was a big one, down by 14 to stem the tide a little bit here. Michael Wright, deep three, shorts. And out of bounds. First substitute of the second half comes in for Trinity Christian. It's Brady Larup, who only played 5 minutes in the first half and picked up 2 fouls. One of 3 guys on the team with 2 fouls today. Glover doesn't have 2 fouls, but he does now have 7 blocks. Here's Larup, sending it inside for Glover. Glover is fouled going up for the dunk. Foul is on Parker New, and that's New's 4th foul. Glover's first free throw attempt is short. Parker New played just 8 minutes in the first half because of his own foul trouble. And now he might be limited to even less than that here in the second half, as he's already picked up another. Glover was the right guy to foul, though, on that particular possession. Just over 3 minutes into the second half, 12-point lead for Trinity. Here's J.D. Rawls from the free throw line. His jump shot misses. Rebound to Glover, who lobs it down the floor for Larup. Larup is blocked by Omari, who's called for the foul. Omari's not happy about it. He thought he had a clean block. It looked like he did have a clean block, but I think he used his other hand for leverage, kind of leaning on the hip of Brady Larup. So 2 shots for Larup, the first of which goes through. Two of 2 for Larup. Trolls are 2 of 4 from the free throw line this half. 5 of 8 for the game. Here's Bridgeforth working around the outside. Down to the corner, Melvin Frazier, long 2, misses. Rebound tipped into the hands of Bridgeforth. His long 2-point jumper misses. Bridgman comes down with it this time. Trolls trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. They're in good shape here as Bridgman misses on the layup. Omari on the other end of the floor, grabbed and scores. He's grabbed on the ground by John Cizon. Actually, they didn't even get Cizon for the foul. I thought that he had kind of grabbed him around the hip on his way by, but the foul is called on Wright on the shot itself. So Omari has a chance to make this a 3-point play, trying to become the second Tiger in double figures. So that's the 3rd foul on Michael Wright. He leaves. Sayer Miller is back in. Vince Overway returns to the floor as well, as Omari does indeed get his 10th point. Miller gives it to Cizon, right back to Sayer Miller. Good ball movement by Trinity. Down low, Glover in the post, backs in on Frazier. Reverse layup, misses. Rebound, Frazier. Omari finds Rawls. Rawls kicks it into the corner, a drive and a kick back outside. Rawls between 2 defenders, all the way to the basket for the layup. And a timeout is called by Trinity Christian. Jason Hawkins not thrilled with the direction that this one is going. The Tigers have cut a 14-point deficit down to 9. Well, you know what Grace is capable of just based on the way they started this game. In flashes, they can be very impressive on both ends of the floor, and they have been the last couple of minutes right here. So they are back down to single digits with that deficit. Long way to go here, but Trinity hasn't shot the ball quite as well so far in the second half. Remember, they were at 50% in the first half so far. Just 2 of 7 shooting in the second. During that same time, Grace has made 4 of their 9 shots. So they've picked things up after shooting below 30% over the first 20 minutes. Long way to go in this game. A lot of chapters still to be written. Grace took the opening round of this fight, but I'm mixing my metaphors now, I know, but Trinity bounced back. They took the next several, but Grace is fighting their way back in now. Vince Overway will inbound against a full court press. Once we get the whistle, we're ready to proceed. Inbounded to Cizan, and he's able to blow by J.D. Rawls and into the front court. Now it's 3-on-2. Cizan loses the ball. He went up. I don't know if he was looking to shoot or pass, but the ball just kind of slipped out of his hands and bonked him on the nose. And it's taken away by Grace. Down low, Thiel over Overway scores. Just a 7-point game now, as close as we've been in the second half. Closest we've been in a long time. Miller backs towards the basket. Ethan Klassen defending him. And a foul called on Ethan Klassen, I think, or is it on J.D. Rawls? That's on Klassen. I thought I just saw the referee indicate it was number 2, but it wouldn't have made sense. The foul was on Klassen, not giving any space to the ball handler. Here's Cizan. Miller drives with the left hand, kicks it back outside. Larup on the runner, fouled in the paint by Melvin Frazier. 2 shots from the line coming up for Larup. 6'6" tall sophomore from Chicago Christian High School, right next door. He knocks down the first free throw. Four points for Larup. He makes both free throws, and it's a 9-point lead for the Trolls. Rawls working on the outside, finds his way in, and he double dribbled. Turnover committed by Grace. They went on a nice run, cut a 14-point deficit down to 7, but they've shot themselves in the foot a few times since then. Cizan, long half court, pulls his way inside the three-point line, misses the jumper. Rebound is loose and secured by Ty Thiel. John Cizan has gone a long time without scoring. Still nothing in the second half. Thiel misses the 3. The rebound goes to Larup. Trinity was at their best when Cizan was operating. Hasn't had his hands on the ball much during the second half. Zaire Miller, step back jumper, no. Rebound tipped by Glover, but into the hands of Rawls. J.D. Rawls making his run, stripped by Cizan. The ball loose. Rawls grabs it back. Around the perimeter, down to the corner. Ty Thiel, open 3 is good. And now just a 6-point game. Remember, I talked about it at the beginning of the game. The Trinity defense has been suspect lately. They've allowed 90 or more in 4 of their last 5 games. Three-pointer is good in response. Vince Overway. Corner threes from both teams from their number 4. And the lead is back up to 9. Nearly lost by J.D. Rawls, but he keeps it alive. Here's Frazier, back to Klassen. Melvin Frazier, a long two with his foot on the line, misses. Rebound knocked out of bounds by the Trolls. What I was saying about that defense, though, of Trinity, you don't want to take anything for granted, even with a double-digit lead in the second half. The offense for Grace has struggled today, but we know they're capable of putting up big numbers, and we know that Trinity's capable of giving up big numbers. So they want to keep putting the pressure on the offensive end to ensure that even if the Tigers are able to make a run, they're not able to catch up with Trinity as they pull away. They're discussing the shot clock right now. Did that last shot hit the rim? There was no change of possession. There was a fight for the rebound, but Trinity certainly never had control of it. So the question is, should the shot clock be at 5 or should it be at 20? And they bring the third official into the discussion as well, with 12 and a half minutes to play in this game. Trolls have been in control for a while now. They'll reset the shot clock to 20. Grace is making a game of it, though. We've had no ties, just one lead change. The shot clock didn't matter because Glover intercepted the inbounds pass. Here's Glover streaking down the floor and throwing it down with the right hand. That's a tough man to stop when he gets a full steam ahead of him. And the lead is now 11. Step back jumper is no good from Rawls. Here's Wright's layup. No. Rebound to Grace. Trying to take advantage of a man down for Trinity. And a foul is called that will send Ty Thiel to the line. Michael Wright was on the floor on the other end. He was taken out at the end of that last offensive play. So while he was getting himself up and back into the play, it was 5-on-4, an advantage for Grace, and they were not able immediately to take advantage of that, but they end up getting one of their top shooters to the line anyway. So Thiel gets 2 shots here. Misses the first. I love the scoreboard right now. 3 fouls on Trinity, 3 timeouts left for Trinity. And that was just the 3rd foul on number 33, Brady Larup. So the scoreboard going across on that bottom line reads 3-3-3-3-3-4-4. 4 fouls and 4 timeouts left for Grace. Scoreboard where it counts reads 57-47. Trolls by 10. Fired down low, it's Glover. 1 bounce, Glover up with the right hand, too strong off the glass, fights for his own rebound, and he's fouled going up. What an impact Troy Glover has had on this game. He's got a shot at a triple-double today. Points, rebounds, and blocks. He's got 7 points right now, and we'll try to add to that from the line. First free throw is good. 8 points, 8 rebounds for Glover now. I believe he is at 7 blocks. Second shot, rims in. Lead is back up to 12. Pull-up jumper for Omari. No good, and the rebound goes to Trinity. Here's Cizon working his way down to the corner. 17 first half points for him. Hasn't scored in the second. Wright from the corner knocks down the 3. Third three-pointer today for Michael Wright. And the Trolls have matched their biggest lead of the game at 15. Just a few moments ago, Grace had it down to 7. Nice find by Frazier to a cutting Thiel, and Ty Thiel lays it in. Cizan drives off the glass, banks it home. Bridgeforth picks up his dribble, passes off to Omari. Open three for Thiel, short. And the rebound goes to Trinity. Trolls trying to pull away as we pass the midway point of the second half. John Cizan throws it in between two teammates. Wright is able to keep it alive. Poked free of Wright into the backcourt. Wright grabs at it and fires it off to Cizan. Cizan down the baseline, tried to bounce it into Glover, intercepted. Weird play in the backcourt before that. Here's Banky Somare, layup, yes, and a foul. It all kind of started with that ball into the backcourt. I think Wright believed that it hadn't been touched. Maybe it hadn't been touched by Grace, so he wanted that ball to be picked up by a Tiger so he could then grab it back away from him. Did not end up working out. But it created kind of a mishmash of plays after that. Trinity couldn't get their possession back under control, and that led to the run out for Grace, which is a three-point play for Banky Somare. Good game today for Omari. 13 points for him. The deficit is 12. And Hudak is back out there playing with 3 fouls for Trinity. Nearly threw it away. Glover picks up the loose ball to Wright. Wright goes in for the dunk. Thiel comes up with the block. Here come the Tigers on the run. It's knocked away from Thiel by John Cizan. Cizan on the other end lays it up and in. He's got 21 now to lead all scorers. This thing's been a little bit wild back and forth lately. Turnovers on both sides. A foul called here. And that'll get this thing under control a tad, slowing the pace down with 9:03 to play in the second half. And Hudak is called for his 4th foul. Brady Larup just went to the bench with his 4th foul. And Parker New checks back in for Grace. He's got 4 fouls. Inbounded to Ty Thiel. To the post, it's Bridgeforth. Back outside. Klassen, pull-up jumper from the foul line. Rattles around, doesn't fall. 9th rebound of the game for Troy Glover. Cizan outside. Drives and kicks. Out to Michael Wright. Wright from just inside the foul line misses short on the jumper. Klassen to the right. Drive from Roberts, dished off at the last instant to Parker New, who was fouled on the floor. Jaden Bridgman is back in for the Trolls. Jared Oates joins him. And now Sayer Miller is back out there. Inbounded to Rawls. Rawls fights it up and can't connect over Sayer Miller. Good defense from Miller. Miller sets things up for the Trolls. Walks it off to the right side. Picked up by Kellen Bridgeforth. Up top, Jared Oates. Cizan drives, step back, fadeaway jumper is good. Pretty touch for John Cizan. He makes things happen from the mid-range and has been all game. 23 points for the sophomore. Three-pointer for Thiel, big answer. Ty Thiel keeps his team alive, down by 13. Cezanne along the sideline, keeps possession alive, and he is hit by Clayton Roberts. Roberts is called for the foul. Timeout called by Grace. 7:26 to play. 68-55 is our score. Trolls have held a double-digit lead for much of the second half. They were up by 12 at the intermission and then went ice cold to start the second half. Tigers took advantage of that, cut the deficit down to 7, but they were not able to get any closer than that, and they have not been able to get any closer than that. The Trolls extended the lead to as big as 16 just a moment ago, prior to the big three-pointer from Ty Thiel. It's Thiel, Bridgeforth, New, Rawls, and Roberts on the floor for Grace. Glover, Miller, Overway, Cezanne, and Oates out there for the Trolls. Miller steps inside the arc, into the corner. Oates for three, in and out. Rebound to Grace. Around the screen, pull-up jumper for Rawls, misses. Vince Overway is there for the rebound, and he's fouled by Kellen Bridgeforth. That's the 7th foul on the team. So a bad foul by Bridgeforth. It gives at least one free throw to the Trolls on the other end. It'll be 1-1 for Vince Overway. Front end rolls around and falls through. That grants him one more. No rebounders in on the play for Trinity. They'll concede possession to Grace if it's a miss, which it is, short. Bridgeforth, back to his left is Thiel. Thiel dribbles in with the right hand, layup, no. And the rebound is grabbed by Glover. Bounced inside to Glover, who has it stripped out of bounds. Bankis Omari is back in. Parker New playing on borrowed time with those 4 fouls. Just coming in for a minute or two at a time now. Cezanne on the outside. Off to Miller. Miller drives, puts it up with the left hand, scores, and a foul. What a drive by Sayer Miller. The ball looked like it was rolling out of his hands, and somehow he had enough wherewithal while he was getting fouled to recapture possession of the ball and force it towards the rim on the layup. Timeout called by Trinity Christian. 6:26 to play. 71-55. The Trolls appear to be in fairly comfortable shape. You never want to be too confident, but they took the best shot that Grace had to offer when the Tigers went on that run to cut the deficit from 14 to 7 in the matter of minutes. Ever since then, the Trolls have been slowly but surely re-extending that lead. It's up to 16. This is tied for the biggest the lead has been at any point today. And coming out of this timeout, we're going to see a free throw that could make it a 17-point game. Christmas carols flooding the gymnasium today. A timeout, some in-between play. A festive atmosphere here at Trinity Christian today. And even more so for Trolls fans who want to get out of here with a doubleheader sweep. The women's basketball team took care of business earlier this afternoon, beating the Grace women 69-60. And now the men's side trying to do much the same. Miller's first free throw is good. His only free throw. It is a 3-point play. And it is the biggest lead of the game at 17. Clayton Roberts down to the corner. Thiel's three-pointer, a high arcer, misses well short. Bridgeforth grabs the rebound, and he's fouled by Michael Wright, who lands on his back. And that, I believe, is foul number 4 on Wright. That's Wright's 5th foul, actually. Well, my mistake, Michael Wright is done for the day. And he will have to be replaced by Dustin Hudak, who has 4 fouls of his own, but Jason Hawkins wants to use this free substitution timeout to talk to his team. So both coaches call their players over. Get a few extra seconds to make a sub after a foul out. So Hudak is back in. Conference on the sideline is over. And Kellen Bridgeforth is at the line for 2 shots. First shot rims out. Seven of 13 on free throws today. It's Grace Christian, not Bridgeforth all by himself. Bridgeforth is now 1 of 2 from the line for the game. 72-56. Still a lot of time left, but there's not been any indication lately that Grace is up to the task of erasing this 16-point game with this much time left. Cizan works his way into the paint, picks up his dribble, kicks it outside, Overway for 3, good. The shots are falling now for the Trolls. The lead is up to 19. Omari to respond, misses his three-pointer. Glover grabs the rebound. John Cizan, a layup out in front of the pack. 25 points for the sophomore. Jump stop in the lane, and a jumper is good from J.D. Rawls. Somebody we have not heard very much from in a long while after he got off to that blisteringly hot start. Hudak, down low to Glover. And back outside with under 5 minutes to play in the contest. Knocked loose by Thiel, and a foul called on Glover, fighting Thiel to try to get the ball back. Good anticipation by Ty Thiel, a strong steal. And he gets himself to the free throw line. 1-1 for Thiel. Front end of Thiel's foul shots is good. That'll give him one more chance. The lead was up to 19 prior to that. So after a long time in which they saw the lead shrinking a little bit each minute seemingly, the Trolls now are in the driver's seat. The margin looks pretty good. Offensive foul though called on Sayer Miller. Second straight turnover committed by the Trolls. Miller's third foul. Pass to the left, Roberts right back to Bridgeforth. Three-point attempt is short from Ty Thiel. Offensive rebound. Second chance no good from Omari, and a loose ball foul called on Grace. We're going to the other end of the floor. Free throws again here. Parker New and his 4 fouls come back in. We have not seen Michael Wright for Trinity since he picked up his 4th foul. Although Dustin Hudak, who's got 4, is out there. No good from Miller on that free throw, 77-60. Out of bounds, and the Trolls did not touch it. Just poor ball handling by J.D. Rawls, that was all. Here's Cizon across half court. We could be under 4 minutes to play in the game by the end of this possession. Clock's moving fast for the Grace Christian bench. 5 to shoot here. Good ball movement. Miller double dribbled. With just 1 on the shot clock, he probably needed to put that one up a little bit sooner. He hesitated, and once he hesitated, he didn't have the shot anymore, so he put the ball back on the ground. Rawls steps into the lane. Jumper misses off the back rim. Rebound, Hudak. Hudak on the run, 3-on-2. Cizon, nice feed to Overway, and Overway finishes with the layup. And now Grace is at a point where they need to score in every possession. They need to stop on every possession to have any chance here. Bridgeforth can't get him started with the scoring part. He misses the 3. Offensive rebound, another chance for the Tigers. Another missed jumper, and another near offensive rebound. Slipped out of the hands of Parker New. And now the Trolls can run more clock if they want to. They don't. Cizon wants to go straight to the rim and lay it in. Great reverse layup. He's got 27 points now in the game. And this one should be just about over at a 21-point margin. Kicked ball called against Trinity. Jaden Bridgman back in for the Trolls in place of Sire Miller. And it looks like Grace is clearing their bench. Down big with under 3 minutes to go. So I think Jason Hawkins will likely do the same. Hawkins has brought Noah Andringa in for the first time today, but mostly starters still out there. Zach York gets it inside. Out to Eli Carlson, and Carlson knocks down the 3 for the Tigers. Call it a 2. His foot was on the line. Carlson has his first points today, though. 81-62 as we approach the final 2 minutes. Here's Cizon down low to Glover. Troy Glover up with the right hand and in. So there's the double-double for Troy Glover. I don't think he's going to hit that triple-double, but double-digit points and rebounds now. He was so close with blocks. Still a chance he could get it, I suppose. Kicked outside, Klassen for 3. Rims out. Offensive rebound and another chance. Down to the corner. This is Clayton Roberts. Roberts kicks it outside. Down low, Frazier. Shot clock at 7. Roberts floater over Glover is in. A giant killer right there. Nicely done. Timeout called by Trinity. 1:22 on the clock. They just want to get their subs in. So they do clear the floor of the starters. Jared Oates is back in. Ricardo Mata makes his first appearance, as does Reese Mars. Am I missing anybody? Brady Larup is back out there. And they stick with Andringa, who loses the ball. Here's Klassen for the Tigers. Klassen drives on Larup, kicks it outside. Three-pointer, rattles around and falls for Ethan Klassen. Final minute of play, 16-point margin in favor of Trinity. Jared Oates passes off to his right. Ricardo Mata. Off from Reese Mars to the corner and Oates, and it's thrown away. Klassen around the defender. Layup, no. Fight for the rebound is won by Grace. Frazier kept it alive. Three-point attempt, hits off the backboard and in. 2 threes in a row for Eli Carlson, who's got 8 points now, all of them in the last minute plus. 2 seconds differentiate the shot and game clocks here. The lead was over 20 just a minute ago. It won't go down as quite that lopsided, but Trinity Christian knows that they were in control of this one. 3-point attempt from Mars, misses. 5 seconds on the clock. Grace will try to get one last shot up. This is Klassen with the layup, and there's our final 83-72, the final score in today's game. Grace Christian jumped out to a 14-5 lead right off the bat. They looked ready to go. They looked fantastic. And after that point, the Trolls just took over. From 14-5, they dominated the rest of the way. They were up by 12 by halftime, 44-32. Grace had one last run in them. They cut it down to 7 after the first few minutes of the third quarter. But Trinity turned it on again. They started hitting their shots, particularly from the outside, and they cruised to a big lead and ultimately an 11-point victory, 83-72. Big run for the Tigers at the very end there, playing their subs against the Trolls subs. But it was not enough to make this one a close contest, a closer contest, but the Trolls do come out on top. John Cizon, 25 points in today's game. He led all scorers, also finished with 6 assists and 4 rebounds in the victory today. He was marvelous in the first half when he scored 17 to help Trinity build that big lead. Other notable performances in today's game, the Trolls got double-digit efforts from Vince Overway, who scored 14 off the bench. Troy Glover finished with 11 points, 13 rebounds. Fell short of the triple-double. He had 7 blocks, though. It's just a spectacular game for Troy Glover. 11 points for Michael Wright as well. For Grace Christian, Ty Thiel led the way with 19 points, had 10 rebounds. J.D. Rawls scored 17. 12 of those, though, came in the first 4 minutes of action today. Banky Somari had 13 for Grace Christian. Final field goal percentage, Trinity 51%, 44 from three-point range. Grace Christian 34%, 30 from three-point range. So the win snaps that 5-game losing streak for Trinity as they improve to 4-5 for the season. Grace falls to 7-7. Trolls are back at it on Thursday right here on this gym. They'll take on the University of St. Francis in a CCAC matchup. Victorious today, 83-72, and that'll do it for today's broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, Terry Bonadonna thanking you for letting me sit in for this afternoon's activity here at Trinity Christian College. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon.